All right, Shay, it's so great to have you. I am so excited to learn a little bit more about just how you started at Verbali. So if you could share a little bit about that, it would be great.
Yeah. First of all, thanks a lot for the opportunity, Jordan. This is great. I love it, and it's like I always love to. I'm amazed with the technology of podcasting today. Everything goes everywhere. It's like it's so. We just did it before, so it was like it was pretty cool for me. Yeah. So I have. I'm originally from Israel. I have three kids, and my middle one, his name is Matan. He's 7 years old, and he's nonverbal, more specifically, minimally speaking. But we tried AAC forever. We tried at least five products. My last count was five products, and it always felt the same. I mean, we were very much frustrated, me and my wife. Luckily, my son is super. He's a super communicator. He's he's never frustrated. We are very lucky about that. So he's always able to communicate what he wants. And especially school calls him the mayor, which me as a dad, I love it. Um, but my background is in product management. So when we always used the AAC, it always felt like whoever built it never used it. It was so cumbersome, like for no need, and it was always required us to put a lot of effort into it. And the return on all of the pre-program that we put into it felt very, very low. That we didn't understood why we're doing so much work. I mean, my wife called the AAC today the "I want" machine. And as a dad or as a parent, we don't need an "I want" machine. We want to have a conversation about the with our son. We want to learn about his life. We want to learn what he likes, what he doesn't like. You know, who's playing with at school and why. And the AAC never was it never fit to our lifestyle. So about a year and a half ago, I had some free time, so I decided to build something for him. It started as a prototype. We had an Amazon Fire at home that I decided to play around with, and long story short, it worked. The prototype worked, and I was like, "Wow, this is actually works." My son can communicate. We read stories with it, and I was like, okay, this needs to be more available for everyone else, and this is how Verbali started.
Hmm. That's so, thank you for sharing that. I find it fascinating how you all went through so many different communication devices, and then after that, you were encouraged to create something, and it's working really well with your son. And so I'm curious to know, like, when you were navigating the process of trying to figure out which communication device, what was like the top thing that you wanted that you've actually like incorporated now into Verbali?
Yeah. So what we felt, it felt that we need to put a lot of work into the AAC. It felt like we're working for the AAC and we're never getting anything back. It felt so. You need to model for the kid. You need to learn it yourself. The learning curve is really high for both sides, and at the end of the day, the AAC is as good as the words that you put into it. So, as a parent, you need to basically predict what type of conversations your kid will be at. And it's impossible, especially at schools. Schools is a black box. And so basically, it felt that the AAC is useless at a school environment. So we lost in all directions. At home, we could not have a meaningful conversation using AAC. At school, my son could not show what he knows, and if he cannot show what he knows, it determines his academic success. And on top all of that, the expectation is that the parent will constantly work in setting up the device was very frustrating because you don't get any reward. And we're all human beings. We want to see rewards for the efforts that we do. And in this case, we want to see our son really participating in daily conversations. And this is where I felt that the AAC is not good for conversations. It's great if you want to build a sentence, but like I want to eat a banana or something in your routines. But if you move a little bit to the side, it's just challenging to use it. It's not usable for a daily conversation, especially if it's outside of your routines. Yes.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. What you said is key about how you said what you all are experiencing. You want it to be more in the moment where he's able to unlock some of those every day at breakfast or, in the car ride. So I'm curious, based off of Verbali, and what outcomes are you seeing it having for others too?
Yeah, so the story that I love to tell. So there are a few. I mean, I see a lot of angles that where it helps, especially, and you touched it in the moment when you do homework. That's an in the moment thing. In a classroom, that's in the moment thing because at the end of the day, a classroom is an engagement. It's a conversation. It's not. It doesn't end when you read a sentence. It's actually the learning comes when you talk about what you just read. And this is where I see there is a video of my wife working with my son doing homework, and this is one of my favorite videos, and I'll share a little bit my what my favorite activity with my son and the app is. But in the video you see my wife doing homework with my son, and she reads a paragraph about trouts, and then she asks him where is does this trout live. And this is something that you could not do before because you need to pre-program the AAC for, and then if you didn't, or you didn't program the right words for it, then the kid could not show that he understood the exercise. And in the video, you can quickly see that my son really understood the exercise, and he clicked on likes, and which is phenomenal. We were looking for that. As a dad, I know I have a feeling that my son knows, but but when you're looking to show it, you need tangible data, and this is the tangible data that you can actually share with the teachers, with the speech therapist. And this is something that was key for me, a key moment for me to see that we are on the right direction with Verbali. On a personal note, my favorite activity is actually reading books with him, because up until then you could not read books. You were very much limited with the images that the book provided you. Because my son cannot speak, so he can point, but you don't have a conversation about the story. And now, or you don't know if the kid really understood what you were talking about. But now, when I read the story and I can ask questions about it, and our app Matok AI understand what we were reading, and then comes up with the relevant images for that specific activity, and then I can see if my like we have a conversation about it, and it's pretty cool.
I love that. And I love that you're just providing tangible examples of how you're using it in your everyday life with your child too, because it's not just something that you've created, but you're actually using it yourself, so you're able to share with others how you're using it on an everyday basis as well. So I'm curious, how can who's using, how do people get signed up if they want to try out to see how Verbali works, or is there anything they have to have before? Like you explained how some AAC devices you have to set up different pictures. Like what is the onboarding, or how do you get started to
Yeah,
try it
this
out?
this is a great question, because as everyone in this space is like, wait, so what's the onboarding process? How much setup? Let's talk business. How
Yeah.
much setup do I need to put in this thing? So I'll start by saying it's very minimal today, and our goal is to make it even shorter. We're aiming for you to be able to use it in a productive way in a matter of minutes, not in a matter of hours. So you won't need to constantly add more and more information to the AI, or to add more and more images. We are working behind the scenes to incorporate AI agents that really will support you instead of you support the AAC. So it's already fast. It will become faster. Because AI, because we're using AI, so the vocabulary is already infinite. So you don't really need to play with the vocabulary. It's more if, so we have an AI layer, and then we have the board layer. If you want to support the board, we have built-in folders that you can already leverage. But I know from experience, everyone loves to personalize the board, so you can do that as well. But again, more to come on that front as well. On the AI, it's pretty much a lot is the AI gives a lot of helping hand in this space. So this is a great news for everyone who's afraid of setup. There is a data dashboard that can helps you from the beginning start to see progress. Right? Are we on the right direction with our therapy? Maybe we need to pivot. Maybe we actually are really on the great path, and this is a way for us to show it. Anyone said IP, right? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, so this is that we're working on avatars, so you'll be able to see basically images that are more closer to you on how you look like, because everything is about engagement. We are very much need to create this engagement bridge. When a person sees those images, they basically needs to see themselves as much as possible. So because we want to create this belonging feeling, and this is only can happen if we look at AAC as more than a tool. It should be an experience. It should be a conversational experience. And so this is how Verbali approaches it. By lowering the setup as much as possible, we're aiming minutes. We're aiming less than 5 minutes. You're good to go. This is our aim, and we're not far from that. Not far at all, actually. Um, and also, everything needs to be more personalized to you, to your life, to your team's life, which means your caregivers, parents. It means your speech therapists, even the teachers are very much a strong part of how we look at the kids team. And also the conversational partner needs to have a feeling that they are in a regular conversation, and they're not talking to the device, they're talking to the kid, and the kid talks to them. So yeah, so this is how we're looking at to start that. We have basically two ways to get the app. You can also it's available both on Android and iOS. We have we have a subscription model and a license model. So I know schools work very schools and anyone who's using insurance license. That's the path forward. If you want to give it a try without obligation, subscription it's the way to go. And in both cases, you have 7 days free trial. So yeah.
I love. Thank you so much for what you're doing and all of the different lives that you're touching through the work that you're doing as well. And I'm really grateful that you were able to spend some time to share about Verbali as well.
Thank you, Jordan. This was fun. Thank you.
No problem.